trying to match the video game version with the realistic version. I mean, racing games I think have this same kind of thing where it used to just be you hit the button and you go and you just stay along the track, but now with stronger machines we can add things like weight to the car. When it comes to drifting, you can add how much grip your tires have. You can add weather conditions. Is it rainy, is it dry? And so because of that you can make it a much more realistic simulation of driving on a real road. And I think this is kind of the same thing where you can have a much more realistic simulation of the way bullets move or the way these sort of things. Because I know what was it? If you start shooting at targets far enough away, you start to have to even consider like the rotation of the Earth, right? Wasn't that in it's in one of those movies where the guy's talking about it? But yeah, so I mean, that's a huge difference, from a video game. So I think that's going to be mostly the innovation, and then obviously graphics are going to improve. One of the things that I saw about this too was that they used what they called it, photographical
photosymmetry.
Photosymmetry, yeah. So they were taking basically pictures of areas and then using those pictures to map out entire spaces. So they were saying that the environments here are going to be a lot more realistic. There's going to be a lot more interaction with them. So you can have, as opposed to like in a lot of games you have buildings, and you have a door, but you can't actually open the door. So it's basically just no different than a square rock. But there's going to be a lot more interaction here. They said there's going to be a little bit more planning in the sense that there's more than one way to approach a target. So you have to plan like, your entry and you plan your exit, but there's not one correct answer. So there's multiple ways in and out. So I'm looking forward to that. It kind of reminds me of the old, or even the modern Metal Gear Solids. I always like that where you have multiple approaches to a problem. There's not like just even the newer ones are probably even better than the older ones in that sense. But you have multiple approaches. Do you want to approach from the north? Do you want to approach from the south? Do you want to, exit the same way you came in, or that sort of thing? So, yeah, I don't think we're gonna see too much innovation in general gameplay. It's a first-person shooter. I don't think we've had too much innovation in first-person shooters since Doom. I think the addition of looking up and looking down was the greatest innovation we've had in shooters in a long time. Just having that verticality. Other than that, you haven't had too much innovation. I guess maybe shouldering a weapon. But, yeah.
I mean, do you think the innovation is limited by the fact of the price point of this being $20, right? Like this is a AA game, not a AAA game, so they output content that is congruent with the price.
There is innovation. There are plenty of them.
Well, okay, so to answer that question, I'll answer Koreans first, and then we'll let Antoine explain. So I think for this kind of game, yeah, there can still be innovation just because this isn't going to be a big shooter, like Halo or something like that. It's a Sniper Elite. Your focus is on sniping, and because of that, they can really focus in on maybe certain aspects, and they don't have to have this kind of broad range of things that you might need with, say, Call of Duty or something like that. So because you're focusing in on what you're doing, I think you don't need to spend as much money to kind of cover all your bases. You can just cover the one base, or maybe two or three. So yeah, I think you can still totally get that experience. You're not, what's his name, Blaginski. You're not the guy from Wolfenstein. You're not running in there and just shooting up everybody. Yeah, that's it. You're not just running in there and shooting up everything. You're a sniper. You're supposed to stay out of the combat, and that in a way means that you can kind of skimp on certain things. Like you don't have to have as intelligent of AI or something like that, because your AI is not looking for you most of the time, or if they are, you screwed up. So you don't. That's not a focus point. So yeah. But to Antoine, I mean, what innovations have you noticed?
Okay, so I'll just backtrack a little bit, just to remind the people who don't know Sniper Elite. This is a game by Rebellion Development, and it's coming out on the 26th of May, which is in 9 days. So now that it's done, so Sniper Elite, Adam already told you very much what it was. It's a giant open field with a super cool area where you can plan your mission 20 different ways. That's the core of Sniper Elite. And graphic wise, I haven't seen much improvement compared to Sniper Elite 4. So I think they keep the core of the game, which works already fantastically. And the improvement they made, and I will need Krian's help on this one because I haven't played it in a while, so I hope these are improvement compared to the previous one. But there's two things. First of all, guns. You now can mod them, which I don't think you could do in Sniper 4. And apparently, they were comparing it, and I never played Battlefield. At least in one of the Battlefield, I don't know which one, you had a very good mod weapon modding mechanic. Here, apparently, it's extremely good. So we'll wait to see that. What else? You have some RPG component in the fact that you get experience, and I remember in the previous one you could get experience as well. But in this one, you apparently have a skill tree. So, for instance, that you can convert your experience into a perk which makes you resurrect if you die only once, but you can resurrect if you die once. So they made little touch here and there because the core of the gameplay, as you said, you're a sniper, stay out of the way, shoot, move, find a different place because you're still in World War II. So when you shoot, you don't have a silencer. When you shoot, it's loud. When you shoot, they hear you. So shoot, get out. You can just stay in your tower and shoot everyone and be safe. No, it doesn't work like this. In terms of story, as usual, it's World War II. Here, it's concentrated on the end of the war, just prior to the Normandy attack. And there's a bunch of spies which are behind enemy lines preparing the operation. You're one of them. So you are preparing everything, and it's already it's in 1944, and the alliance is coming. So you're preparing the ground for them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And if you never played Sniper Elite, imagine Hitman, but as a World War II game. It's the same. You have a very big area. You have couples of targets. You can choose to eliminate everyone because you're like me and you're a big psychopath. Or you can just play with you have a little silencer gun and a knife. You can do the whole mission like this. I think they added, I don't think it was in the 4, but for stealth, you can climb walls now. You can climb the walls, and Splinter Cell if people remember Splinter Cell, it's getting old already. So no, you can be crazy, but you shouldn't because your guy, it's not a simulation. But if you take 3 bullets, you're dead. So you're not. It's not Halo. You're not Master Chief, and you don't have a titanium armor. No, you don't. you get someone who shoot at you with a Thompson, and that's finished. So better be stealthy, and better be clever about your tactics. And again, you can do one map 17 times and never do the same, and that's what's really cool about this game.
Yeah, I read about
a lot of. Go ahead, Adam.
I was just gonna say I read about the weapon mods. Yeah, I did read about that. So that is definitely innovative. I didn't know that it had skill trees though. That is something I didn't know.
Yeah. So I saw that on a preview just earlier because apparently, guys, share, do whatever you need. But there's some YouTubers, influencers who can actually access these games. To do previews 3 weeks before the actual exit of the game. I really want to do that on games like this. So please help us get a bit famous so we can do games.
I would love to get the review copy.
You get sponsored to play games in advance. Isn't that a dream?
Yeah, we have to deal with all the legalities, NDAs, what you can show, what you can't show.
I'm
willing to make that sacrifice.
Exactly. What he said.
Yeah, so I mean, Antoine said a lot of what I was. Oh, Antoine, what was your reaction to the trailer overall?
Excitement. I'm extremely hyped. I really want to play it. So yeah, no, the trailer was good, uh, but again, it's a basic trailer in the sense that you have seen this trailer on the battlefields. You have seen this trailer hundreds of times because it's World War II, and how many games have done that. We didn't talk about the very Sniper Elite trademark, which is a slow-mo kill. Like if you play Big Gamer Hunter, if you never play Sniper Elite, when you one-shot someone, sometimes you have the little animation which will X-ray the guy to show you where the bullet is coming and how the guy is dying. So yeah, apart from a couple of very specific stuff like this, it's a trailer you have seen a bit everywhere. But it's Sniper Elite, so I would just be excited just seeing the name on it. And again, just to confirm, I never knew this license, this IP, until Krian played Sniper Elite 4 on the channel. I never knew this. Since he played that, I'm like, yay, that's the best game ever! Woohoo!
I'd heard of it,
At
but
least,
yeah, I'd never seen it until the same thing.
At least the best war game. I'm gonna get killed over this, but I played Battlefield 1 and I was like, yeah, no, I don't like it very much. It's not for me. And I played Sniper Elite at the same time, actually, and I was hyped. So,
And I heard they did. It says there's multiplayer, but there's also co-op up to 3 people. So
up to 3? Oh, cool.
that's what it said.
And I think they said that also this Elden Ring or Dark Soul features that someone can invade your world. They announced that as well.
Okay,
Can
that's
you
kind of a
imagine?
Deathloop thing too, right? Deathloop had that.
Yeah, that would annoy me very much. Because you're stealthy, you're in the grass, you're looking at your enemies, planning your tactic, and someone comes behind you. Like, hello, I'm from another world. Dun, dun. The hell? So I hope you can disable this.
I don't know.
Most games have it. I mean, that's too trollish to allow it, like force it on.
It seems like in a sniping game though, that would be a good kind of place to have it though, right? I mean, the whole point is you're supposed to be sneaky, and then somebody else kind of sneaks up on you. It's so it gives you that kind of
Absolutely, yeah.
that real sense of I really do need to be stealthy, because this is my problem. I love the idea of sniping. I love the idea of stealth. I'm not nearly as good as good at it as I'd like to think I am. So I almost inevitably end up sniping 1, maybe 2 dudes, and then suddenly everyone's on me, and I just have to go full auto on everything. And
Run!
it happens to me in Ghost of Tsushima. That happens to me in pretty much everything. So yeah, I really like the idea. Like, okay, I see it now. I'm gonna end up sniping like a dude, and then I'm gonna be like, ha ha ha, I'm moving my new position. Gonna accidentally bump into some Nazi, and now I'm gonna have to whip out the Thompson and just mow everybody down. And that's the way I'm gonna have to deal with every situation.
I want to see that. Stream it.
It's going to happen.
Yay!
I'll just sort of round up and mention some of the things you guys have said. So while there is online co-op for, I think it is 4 people, but that
4
is
people, okay.
wave survival. So it's not like you can play the missions together. So this game, just like Sniper Elite 4, is co-op. It's just like Orcs Must Die 3, only 2 people. There's no 3 or 4, unfortunately, which is the sort of downside of this. And I believe, like in an old interview I watched before, is they tested more than 2 people, and the game just became too OP. 3 snipers sitting in a tower. There's probably not enough resources to sort of balance this, or it just didn't work out. So, which is why it is only 2 people. That's why, if you guys are gonna watch Adam and I stream, or Adam and Antoine stream, it's just gonna be that we can't play this together unless we wanted to do like okay, we finished the game, let's do a wave survival mode, something like that. The other thing I want to mention, like I bought this a while ago to play, I think 4 or 3 or 2. One of the Sniper Elites I had bought to play with my friend here in Taiwan, Hans. And then we found out that when you play co-op, there is no X-ray kill cam because,
Yeah.
and I always thought
Saw
that
that.
kind of sucked because I mean I want to experience it, but again, there's the other side of like.